So recently I've noticed that I often get wrecked by LEX. Usually getting wrecked is fun because I see how hard you got outplayed and you can learn on your mistakes. But when LEX kills me, I only feel frustrated. And after I felt that something is fishy about this champion, I decided to investigate it a little bit and to play LEX a bit more. I thought it can't possibly me being shit, right? How could it be? Its LEX must be overpowered. And of course, after a few games, I found why exactly is he so overpowered. And today I want to accuse this dirty cap and excessive force that doesn't allow any counterplay.
But hey Chavs, you said that this ability is not OP.
Yeah, it's not OP when you use it just like every other damaging ability, because to be honest, it doesn't deal that much damage. It's also not OP when you use it as a sustain tool, even though it heals up to 700 HP. But it is OP in one specific scenario, and it is whenever your opponent is using his mobility to throw your aim off. And that's how all flankers fight, right? This is the core of their survivability. If you've ever played as Androxus against Androxus, you know that the one that aims fast after the dash wins. So the only counterplay to this flanky bullet dodging maneuver is aiming, but not with LEX. Whenever someone is trying to throw your aim off, you can just point the camera roughly in the general direction of the cheeky foe, press right click and voila, you just negated the strongest side of any flanker, which already gives LEX a huge advantage against every single champion in his own class. Which is the topic that we will get back to. How could Hi-Rez change it? It's just one small change. I want it to be the way that you would need to aim your first shot and only then it would auto-lock on the target, and this way you would need something that is called skill to use it, and this ability wouldn't be just press to win button. You can't talk about LEX without mentioning how broken and overpowered his guns are, especially with the Death Hastens legendary. Now, Hi-Rez designed LEX to be able to drop people down to 65% HP very fast with his stupid 1000 damage gun, and then to finish them with either ultimate or the right click. The problem here is, in my opinion, that this legendary has no drawback. It is way too easy to play off of high damage per shot. That's why other champions with the same kind of damage have some kind of drawback. Kinessa has to be scoped in for 3 seconds before she can deal significant damage. Shalin has to draw his bow before he shoots, and then he also slowed until he releases the arrow. Also, it is a projectile, which means it's much harder to hit. Also, Cassie, that is pretty much in the same role as LEX, has projectile weapon, which, mind you, deals less damage per shot. But LEX doesn't give a shit about balance and has pretty much mini sniper rifles that are almost unbeatable in 1v1. What I would like to see devs doing with Death Hastens is to make it deal less damage when a target is below 65%. So right now it deals 30% more damage on full HP targets, but I want LEX to also have 30% damage penalty on the low HP targets on the primary fire. This way, LEX won't be able to kill people in 2 shots and will be actually forced to use his right click smarter. The other possible change to Death Hastens is to rework it completely so it will deal more damage on low HP targets instead of high HP. So it will work pretty much like Tyra's Mercy Kill. I think that this is a good idea because LEX is fully designed to execute targets already, and with this change he will be able to do it even better, while he won't be able to drop people down to execution threshold with just 1 shot, which, let's be honest, fucking crazy. Now, this ability is the most broken piece of shit in the game, and there is so much into it. There are 2 other abilities in the game that provide some sort of wall hack. First one is Cassie's Ultimate Carl, and second one is Tyra's Mark. Both of them are active abilities, which means that the player has to think when to use it, when not to use it, and on whom to use it. It also gives a player that you use it on some counterplay. He can either try to escape and wait a few seconds until the wall hack is gone, or try to bait you or something else. But LEX's wall hack doesn't allow any of that. If he got his mark on you, it's permanent until you die. You can't just escape and hide from him for a couple seconds, because after these few seconds he will still see you through walls. It is a problem already, but it becomes even more annoying if you are playing as someone who uses invisibility. For example, Shaolin. If LEX got his mark on you, he completely negates your ultimate. Ultimate Carl with a passive and permanent ability. What counterplay can you possibly have against this shit? Not much. And if that was not enough, LEX's loadout card that gives him up to 40% lifesteal against market target, why is this in the game? It's not a boxed net shot, it's a passive ability that pretty much gives him a tireless legendary against one target at a time. Which leads me to a question. How the hell you should win a duel against LEX? I mostly play flankers and killing the enemy flanker is the way to win the game. But how do you kill him if he can kill you in 2 shots, doesn't need to aim, sees you through walls, and has a free lifesteal from the loadout card? As I said, I played a lot of LEX recently and I know for sure that his kit is way too easy to abuse, and a half decent player can win a game against good players by using LEX just because he's broken as fuck.